Okay, well, welcome back to another tutorial, or continued tutorial, shall we say. So I used this tree as an example and created one with just sawdust. And so these branches are just sawdust on them. I mean, it looks okay, but it's not really... I don't like it quite as much as I do these other options, and so I think what I'm going to do with this one is I am going to continue with my traditional pieces for adding more foliage on there. However, I do have Hob-e-Tac, which just arrived, and so I'll be using that and maybe compare it to the Mod Podge and see how that plays out. So let's start with a little Hob-e-Tac, shall we? Thanks for joining me again today. So one thing I noticed with this Hob-e-Tac stuff is it feels more, appears more rubber-like. So let's put some on and we'll see how it takes things. So like I say, I am going to do a little bit of my more traditional stuff that you've seen in previous videos, using the flower material to add foliage with the small branching on my tree here. So we'll get a bunch of that Hob-e-Tac in there, and then I'll decide which of these pieces I want to put in and where, and I'm going to use a lot of smaller pieces, I think. And boy, that certainly is not taking quick. It doesn't dry fast. Like my hot glue does. But I'm willing to give it a chance, so we'll stick a bunch on there and see what happens. I don't like it. That's I'll play with it some more, but it's all over my fingers. It sticks to my tools and my fingers better than it sticks to the branches where I want it. So far my thoughts on Hob-e-Tac are not favorable for what I'm doing with making trees. I would much prefer to have the fast drying option of the hot glue. Because this stuff just, I mean, my hands are all, fingers are all sticky with it. I have to think more ahead of time, which is not my style when it comes to anything I've done with any of my art. I like to do more of just kind of flying by the seat of my pants. And if I see something like this inner piece that I want to put in later after I've done some around the top like I have here, then I want to be able to just go and place it in there. And with the Hob-e-Tac, I'm bumping my fingers against this other stuff that was done prior, and it's just messy. The hot glue gives me the ability to do a lot more precision placement with stuff. But hey, I'm willing to give it a good test, so that's what I'm gonna do. I don't like how slow it dries, and I don't know if my Mod Podge is drying faster because it's old, but it feels like it did dry faster than what I'm getting from this. So that's my initial thoughts. I'll come back and do a little bit more. I've got to go run some errands, so we'll use that Hob-e-Tac jar to prop up my tree and hold everything in place so that it will dry properly in the position I want it. And we'll come back and do some more. In my next video, I will go through the details of how I completed the tree and maybe give you a little more feedback on the Hob-e-Tac, but ultimately for this particular purpose, I personally don't like the Hob-e-Tac. After using the hot glue, I find the hot glue is a much more efficient method for me to attach the smaller branching to the tree. So stay tuned, be sure and subscribe, and I'll be back soon with the finalizing of the tree. Have a great day.